I got everybody to Judy 4. Yo guys, what's up? It's Blackheart here and welcome to a new video. Today I had a crazy achievement that I wanted to share with you, of course also on YouTube. You probably know this already if you follow me on Twitch or whatever, but I managed to get every single character of this game to GOD4, as you can see. And I wanted to make this video because a lot of you guys are actually curious of saying, why, how do you do it? Like, what is the secret? How do you what's wrong with your mind? So I wanted to make this quick video in trying to let's say showcase some of the stuff I do and how I prepare when I want to play a certain character in ranked, and basically trying to give you a better understanding of what you need to do to try and achieve this kind of result. So as you can see, like, it has been a long journey, because I started this like almost some days after I got everybody to Judy 3. And I always, as you can see, I always want to try to push my limits. And then first everybody to Judy, then everybody to Judy 1, then everybody to Judy 2, then everybody to Judy 3. Like, it's something that I love doing. I love entertaining you guys. I love, you know, seeing you guys watching me play all the characters, having fun with me, you know, supporting me in my streams, in my journeys and so on. And today, in order to repay you guys, basically, I want to try to show you what goes on when I want to play a certain character. So basically, guys, you gotta understand the first thing is that practice is your best option. The best option to start improving with every character. Like, honestly, it's the first thing. It's the first step to success. And also, another thing is that I'm playing for a long time now. It's like, I don't know, 10 years of playing this game every day. 10 years, guys, not one day. 10 years. Because I started with Tekken 7, playing this game more, let's say, professionally. It was Tekken 7, basically day one. I started learning the game, so it has been a long time since I played all the characters. And I always loved this idea of always trying some new character and doing the things with that character, with that specific character. It's always something that I found fun to do. Since I was already in Tekken 7, and I already had multiple Tekken God Primes in Tekken 7 as well. I had several Tekken God Primes and even several Tekken God Omegas. Like, it's always it's something that I always love to do. So the first thing is that, of course, with Tekken 8 things are even easier, because I think Heat makes everything even easier to achieve. Like, I didn't have every single Tekken 7 character to Judy to Tekken God Omega or something like this, because it was way harder, and neutral was much harder to play out in that game. In this game, I gotta say that neutral is way simpler with most of the characters, and also the fact that there are these fucking heat engagers makes the situation kinda easier, because right now basically you gotta try to think about like the gameplay is really dumbed down in this way, if we really have to think about it, because really now everything goes into stance, and basically I know all the stances. You know what the stance, I know what the stances do, and it's probably one of the first steps you need to know, when you want to learn a character. Maybe learn their stances, learn what their stances do, learn the best option, learn the fastest option, learn the best mates out of that stance, learn for example the stuff that beats a certain kind of counterplay, and so on. Change your timing with the stances. Something I already told you when I made the video about stances, right? If you want, if you didn't see it, please check it out if you want. So yeah, for example, this is the first thing. Like, heat makes everything a little bit easier for me to learn, because basically the gameplay revolves around these 5 moves with most of the characters. Like, I don't know, like, it's the first thing I go to look at the move list. Like, what can my character do in it? Because it's probably the best mechanic in the game. So for example, in the case of Leo, for example, I can see already that Leo is a character that it's best used in punishment with it, because he has, you know, sending for 1+2 days a hit engager. Down back to 4 days kinda punish, or like a wave punish, or like, I don't know, a confirmed tool, okay, for example, and so on and so on and so on. So always this research for what my characters can do. Also, for example, what can they do with an install, if they have an install in the case of Leo. So this is the first thing. Of course, also it's very important to know punishment, of course, with every character. And in order to do that, again, that comes off with experience. That comes off with maybe also watching some videos on YouTube or other players playing the same characters. or even watching a lot of pro players. It's something that I always do as well. Like I watch a lot of pro players with that specific character. I can see maybe some setups they do, you know, some things that they do that I can steal from them. And sometimes I even do this with my own main, with Jun. For example, I watch a lot of PTJ, just to make an example. I watch also Shonen with Jun as well. Like I do this with every single character, and especially when I need to learn that character. Now, let's say nowadays I have a lot of experience with all the characters already, so it's something that I don't do anymore, but it's something that I used to do a lot. So yeah, again, the punishment is very good and it's very important. And for example, if there is any punish that goes into stance, and maybe what I can do from stance again, and so on and so on. Then I try to see and try to look at what are their best moves overall, the best mids, the best lows, the best poking mids, especially. Like for example, I don't know, in the case of Leo, but in the case of Leo, I already know. But for other cards, for example, I check them out. You know, the fastest move, the fastest mid to use up close. I try to check maybe if some of these mids also goes into stance. What are the options? What are the strings? All the string setups, all the strings, different things I can do. So I try to look at that a little bit, you know, about how their poking works. What are their best lows as well, maybe. That's what I did, for example, with Kunimitsu. For example, let's talk about Kunimitsu very quick, because that's the most recent example of this, right? So with Kunimitsu, again, this is what I do, step by step. First, I take a look at their hits. I take a look at what, for example, their weaknesses are. I take a look at what their best moves are up close, like their best mids. And for example, someone can say, yeah, but how can you know what are their best mids? I mean, guys, again, this comes with experience. For example, I don't know, what are their best mid pokes? Okay, maybe she has this. What are their best plus frames as well? Okay, so I know that she has this, for example, okay. And I try to write them down. And I try to cultivate this gameplay around these things. And of course, I suggest you starting slowly. Okay, so first let's say you start off by writing down at least the top 5, top 10, top 15, top 20 moves at maximum, at best, to use a little bit in the neutral, and maybe some beginner setups to use with these moves. For example, in the case of Kunimitsu, I could see pretty soon that down 1 is +3 on block and leaves me crouching. So what can I do from this crouching situation at +3? What are my options? For example, I can think about, okay, so +3, so for example, if I do 1 sign into, they cannot, sorry, I had something in my fucking throat. For example, if they try to step, they cannot step this at +3, for example. They cannot power crush because they're forced crouch as well, except in the case of Nin and so on. So, for example, I try to see, okay, well, this could be a good option in this situation because it's unsteppable. It's unsteppable. They cannot step it. It's very fast. It's a frame trap. It's a hit engager as well. It's confirmable. It's everything you need to do, for example, in this situation. What else can I do? I can also do, for example, the full crouch 1+2 from this. And full crouch 1+2 puts me in another stance, because it puts me into +5 into back turn. What can I do into back turn at +5? What are my best options? What are the options that lose to the most options? And how can I counter these options? For example, when she goes into back turn, the sidestepping left kind of destroys her gameplay, because it destroys most of the things she can do from back turn. Okay. For example, in this situation, I just know that if she tries basically any mid or basically most of the highs, she gets beaten by power crush, just to make an example, okay? Because I also have to think about the power crush's possibility, the rage or possibility as well. The only thing that beats, for example, this is the one option that beats the power crush, for example. So again, I try to go in the mind of what's happening in a certain stance situation, the best things to do against and the best things to do with the stance. So again, the best neutral tools, and maybe, of course, like, you gotta understand that most people start off with their combos as the first thing they think about when they wanna learn a character. Usually, in my personal learning experience, combos are the last step. Like, I do some combos for fun at the beginning, but combos and learning combos is the last step of my journey with learning a character. Because if you watch my runs, most of the times I do very bare bones combos with the other characters. Like, I don't do the super optimal mega giga super mega billion combos all the time. I like starting slow most of the times. Like I do the basic bread and butter combos because again, in my personal way of viewing things, the most important thing with this game is about neutral, it's about knowledge. Knowledge. With knowledge only, you go on for so long. Of course, at a certain point, the knowledge only doesn't work anymore, and there's also one thing called timing with using your moves. That's also very important. But trust me, only knowledge about all the strings, when to duck, when to punish, when to sidestep, when to do this, when to do that. It's one of the first steps to try and help you to play this game more effectively. And of course, this takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, because you gotta do this for years potentially, because you gotta know every single string in the game, what they do, how punishable they are more or less, what can you do after, if you can sidestep, if you can duck, if you can do it's a long journey. It's a long journey. So of course, this is very advanced, and I don't suggest anyone to start doing this all together. So honestly, guys, I don't know really what to tell you. Like, my mind is a very messed up place right now. But what can I say at the end of the day? I had a lot of fun, of course, doing this journey. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna continue my GD5 journey a little bit. I'm gonna continue doing the stuff I love most, that is entertaining you guys while I play ranked. So I hope you can be there, as always, to watch me. And thank you so much, everybody, for all of the support that you showed me on every single social media, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, everywhere. I just wanted to make this quick video just to celebrate this thing with us all together, that I did this achievement. But the run doesn't stop there, because now I'll try to get everybody to GOD5 since next week. Now I'm gonna have some days of rest. I'm gonna play with my viewers. I'm gonna play other things. And then next week we're gonna go back to our fucking runs. So hopefully you'll be there as always to watch me. And I don't know. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, turn on notifications. And see you guys very soon again. Take care. Love you.